Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 20 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence.
And welcome to Holbert Arena, the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, for this evening's ball game. It's Rose-Hulman in their opening ball game of the 2021 season as they'll take on the Albion Britons. Hello everyone, I'm Herb King, and along with Walt Gordon, we'll bring you all the action, HCAC action here on Indiana Sports Network as we look forward to a really good season. Last year, of course, Rose-Hulman had to play the abbreviated season in HCAC play. They only got to play 12 games. They won a majority of those ball games to the point where they were the best team in the HCAC, but they didn't have any hardware to show for it. They didn't have a conference championship. They don't have a tournament championship, and they're ready to get after it here this year in 2021. The Albion Britons, the Brits are literally the similar team to what we're going to see in Rose-Hulman tonight. For Albion, they were 21-5 in 2019. They were the best team in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association last winter in their abbreviated season, and they returned several players. They're also picked as one of the leaders in what's going on. They opened the season with a loss at Mount Union, who's currently ranked number 21 in Division III basketball, so they opened up with a really tough one. For Rose-Hulman, they scrimmaged, or in this case a ball game that doesn't count in the standings, as they took on Indiana State and played them within 18 points and played pretty well against that Division I opponent. So I'm looking for a great ball game between these two teams.
I think both of these teams are really glad to get their season off. Of course, Albion has a game under their belt when you're looking at live fire. Rose-Hulman looking to get off to a good start right here. It's nice when you can start the season at home. Good success last year, and this year a totally different team. Even though you have the majority of your players back, of course your senior leader, your Mr. Do-It-Everything, Craig McGee, no longer on this team. Rose-Hulman, a little bit different style. So I like what I saw against ISU last week, and looking forward to see Rose-Hulman progress this year as they get more of their season underway.
Well, and when we look at Rose-Hulman again, they return their leading scorer, who was the freshman of the year last year in the HCAC, and Dylan Duff, a 6'5" now sophomore, is that guy who can fill it. And he can fill it at will depending on what's going on. He had 32 points in a ball game last year against Mount St. Joe. And again, for Rose-Hulman, they're going to get the ball to him. But they have some other players that have really done a nice job. And there's a picture of Dylan as we look at him. Terry Hicks on the inside has played quite a few minutes in ball games 2019 and last year.
He has, and I saw Terry after practice not too long ago, had his shirt off. The young man transforming his body, really looks in really good shape. This is a strong young man that's very athletic and do some good things for Rose-Hulman to continue on his career. So I really look at him as one of the guys, Sam Ram, one of the seniors, one of the lone seniors that we have here on our ball club from Buffalo Grove, Illinois. This is a young man that has really progressed here in this time at Rose-Hulman, and here at his senior season, he can do things both ways. Plays on the wing, can guard multiple positions. But man, he can really fill it up, and his ball handling has really come along.
Well, and then when we look on the inside, there's a couple other players that are going to happen. One of them is Trey Wirtz. He's got a lot of playing time in 2019. He was in on a lot of ball games, and at 6'7", he's a big filler in the middle. Zurich, and you talk about others. Rose-Hulman's always had the ability to recruit some of the larger guys that really want to do things, and they're going to have an opportunity to do that. Put the actual thing into gear and see if they can put the ball in the low post and really finish it off. We're going to pause right now. We'll come right back. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
At H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they make sure your return gets done right. It's not just numbers, boxes, and forms. It's personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. With an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
This is Sue Goshen from your locally owned H&R Block in Brazil. Walk in, make an appointment, or drop off your documents, and we'll tackle your taxes while you're away.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look for ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman again took on Indiana State last week and lost by 18, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. They actually played well, and Indiana State won their first ball game at Green Bay in a come-from-behind fashion and really played well. So it's not like you're going against somebody that wasn't good at all. Rose-Hulman went against the Indiana State Sycamores and actually held their own for quite a bit of the ball game, played pretty well.
Well, they really did, and they opened the game up just house on fire, couldn't miss. Dylan Duff was exceedingly aggressive. The earlier stages in his first rotation of that contest, and the Engineers did a lot of good offensively and defensively. You mentioned the Sycamores, first game, against opponent in front of fans, trying to figure some things out that way, but that takes nothing away from the defense that Rose-Hulman had on display against faster, bigger, stronger, more athletic opponent. They really held their own, and I'm very excited for this season. Not only do you have some guys like Duff, Cabrick, Ram, and others that have returned, you have Jurich that comes back off of stayed away from basically a COVID year off, and is back in the fold for this year. They also have some big freshmen, Herb, that good chance we'll see a couple of them here today, a couple of 6'7" guys that are freshmen, true freshmen, that really possess some really interesting skills offensively and defense. So if you look at the four men in this conference, the teams that are successful have four men that can pick and pop, shoot from the top of the key, stretch, get the left wing. Rose-Hulman has some guys that bring it in that can fill that void, but also have the strength to mix it up down low. So it's going to be interesting. You have a nice mix of young and old, inexperienced, and this is going to be a team that's going to be fun to watch. I really believe that.
Well, and when you look at just the ability to put things together, they've got basically 20 days to do it. I mean, it's not quite, but right at 20 days. Open up with Albion here at home. Then they're on the road at Washington and Lee and at Marymount in a tournament.
Which is a tough tournament. That's going to be that's going to be very tough. That's going to be a challenge along with – go ahead.
Well, and you've got DePaul coming here, which is, again, DePaul is and has been a traditional power in Division III basketball. And then they're at Wabash, and then the conference schedule kicks in. So you put the conference schedule in perspective of this one. They play, I think, a tougher schedule prior to conference than they do in the conference.
I would agree. You look at it starting right here with Albion, who got honorable mentions for the top 25 in Division III. You go to the out east to that tournament next, and then you come back with DePaul and Washington. DePaul and Wabash. Those are two in-state opponents that are very tough, very physical, good brand of basketball, and have tradition of excellence no matter what gender and what sport. So those are tough teams to play before you get in the gauntlet, which is HCAC play. So it's going to be interesting the way this goes. You see the team coming back on the court to finish up their pregame warm-ups. But this is going to be a team that's going to be very tested when they get to conference play. Hopefully they're healthy and mentally strong through the first few games.
And the other thing I'm looking at is the conference, and this happened in football too. In the conference, the coaches picked Rose-Hulman fourth.
Yes.
They're the best team in the conference the year before, and they picked them fourth. This last fall for the football team, same kind of thing happened. Rose-Hulman's football has always been in the top 1 or 2. No, they picked them third. Who's playing for the conference title?
That's right.
This Saturday? It's Rose-Hulman and Mount St. Joe. Winner take all advances on to the D3 tournament. And
guess where you'll see it?
This is going to be awesome. You're going to see it here on Indiana Sports Network this Saturday, 1 o'clock game time. We're excited to bring you the action for more Rose-Hulman athletics, but especially for the football conference championship. And we're happy to bring you the opening ball game here of the 2021 season in men's basketball. Women's basketball will have their opening game this Saturday. We'll bring you all that action starting around 6 o'clock in the evening on Saturday. So you'll be able to stay tuned for the football championship, and then we'll have the women's opening ball game, which is, again, another awesome opportunity to see Rose-Hulman athletics as they start out a totally different team for the women this year as well. We're excited to bring you this one. And, again, as the Rose-Hulman players warm up, Albion was an extremely good ball club. 25-5 in 2019, so 2 years ago. And they had the best record in a shortened, abbreviated season last year in their conference. So, they're going to be rated, or at least have that honorable mention, because they're pretty good. And they recruit in that southeastern part of Michigan. They recruit the whole state, but they really try to lock in on the Detroit, that area right around Detroit, to do things because they're not very far from there.
If you lock in on one part of Michigan, that's not a bad part to lock in on.
And you're not that far from Lansing either. So you take East Lansing and in the other, they've got one player from Indiana. The rest are all Michigan players on their roster. That's different than Rose-Hulman. Rose-Hulman has players from Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Virginia, Washington, Missouri, and Oklahoma, and Kentucky. So that's just kind of how the way it works. And we'll get ready for this one. They're going to have the national anthem. We'll cut away for a couple of commercials. We'll be right back for the starting lineups. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're going to need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. Can I take your order?
One red, white, and blue slush float.
I'll get the slush. I'm on ice cream and strawberries. Order up. Sonic red, white, and blue slush float.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And now we'll get ready for the starting lineups for the Albion Britons.
A senior from Lansing, Michigan, number 3, Justin McAbee. A senior from Rowland, Texas, number 10, MJ Barnes. A senior from Detroit, Michigan, number 11, Cortez Garland. A junior from Harper Woods, Michigan, number 24, Ken Thomas. And a sophomore from Spring Lake, Michigan, number 30, Lamar Lee. Albion is coached by Jody May. And now, the starting lineup for Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers.
And now the starting lineup for Rose-Hulman.
A junior from Chicago, Illinois, number 0, Boot Cherich. A sophomore from Nashville, Indiana, number 15, Jackson Cabrick.
Jackson Cabrick.
A sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 20, Dylan Duff.
Dylan Duff.
A senior from Buffalo Grove, Illinois, number 24, Sambit Ram.
Sambit Ram.
Fishers, Indiana, number 30, Terry Hicks.
And Terry Hicks.
Coached by Rusty Lloyd.
Luke Zurich with the start in the middle, and that's the one guy that we didn't have on our pictures for this evening's ball game. But again, big fella from Chicago, Illinois. He'll get the start in the pivot. Jackson Cabrick, who also started some last year as a freshman. Dylan Duff, the leading scorer from last year, returning. And again, he had a great ball game last week. Sambit Ram, the dead-eye sharpshooter from Buffalo Grove, Illinois, and Terry Hicks. And we talked about Terry. Again, several of these guys have the ability to score. It's not going to be a one-man team, and we'll kind of see what's going to take place here in just a moment.
You know, looking at Albion, you got to keep your eye on Mr. Cortez Garland. That's a young man that really had a breakout year last year, defensive player year a couple of years ago, first team all-conference last year. 20 points a game. We're going to have to keep an eye on that sharp-shooting Britain.
Again, both of these teams were the best teams in their conferences last year as far as records. And we're underway. Tip controlled by Rose-Hulman as Duff got up and got his hands on that one. Inside, Ram on the backdoor cut, and he scores.
Love to see Rose-Hulman start out with a quick shot early in the shot clock.
Outside, it's Lee. Gives it up, drive down the lane. It's up and good by MJ Barnes.
And here comes the pressure by the Britons. Look for some pressure as this game goes on. How the Engineers handle that pressure is going to be paramount to this game.
And I think paramount to the rest of the season, too, just how we're doing things that way. Zurich back outside, looking inside. Zurich gets his hands back on the ball outside. Here comes Duff on the drive. Kicks it out. It's going to be a turnover one way or the other. Ball goes towards the purple.
There's some good movement there. You had a little baseline pass when Zurich found that he could not score off of that. But you see the ball movement early in this game, and that's what Engineers are going to have to do. That we got a little stoppage here. going to have to see good ball movement as this season goes along.
Garland gives it back. Now down in the inside is Thomas. Thomas will try to back Jurek down. Gets it up. Can't get it to fall. Rebound comes out, and a nice one by Terry Hicks.
And that's the strength of Jurek underneath that post. Got to keep him out of foul trouble. He can do great things offensively and defensively.
Duff with a basketball. Jurek looking at that backdoor cut. Duff outside, has an open shot, turns, he'll drive, try to put it in, almost walked with it, gives it back out. Kabrick with the fadeaway, got it to go.
And that's good for Jackson Kabrick. Very good confidence-boosting field goal attempt. Had a nice square of the shoulders as he rose in the air.
Shot up and no good by Cortez Garland, and Rose-Hulman with the basketball. Kabrick to Ram, inside to Hicks. Looking at it, looking to back down a smaller player. Potentially has it, turnaround, gets it up, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around and kept alive. Jurek feed inside to Hicks. He gets it to go. Terry Hicks on the basket. Jurek with the assist.
Good start by the Engineers.
McAbee drives, he'll kick it back out. The open Cortez Garland puts it up, can't get it to go, and it's tipped out of bounds by Rose-Hulman.
Yeah. And that's
It'll
a good
be
tip
Albion basketball.
Good tip right there, because if Albion was going to grab that, that was going to lead to a bucket. He had 3-on-1 underneath the basket there. So good by Nicholas Duff to chip that out and make him reset.
Out of bounds play. The Britons have it, and they'll try to pull it out and set it up. Barnes feeds inside, impossible, and a block outside. Jurek that's Terry Hicks with the block. And again, a really nice job of the inside defense.
You love how the defense collapsed there, and you had some good help. So you're going to have to watch that as Albion will shoot it from deep in a hurry.
2-point shot in the corner is up and good by Garland.
Yeah, Garland, Cortez Garland, his first 2 points, I do believe, of the game. That's a young man who's got a silky smooth jumper.
Kabrick looks like he's running the point right now. He's going to handle the basketball this year. Hicks, man in his face, kicks it out to Kabrick. Pump, crossover, and he'll try to do something with it. Takes it down to the post, fade away, got it up, couldn't get it. Couldn't get the rebound either, and Albion with the basketball. McAbee drives inside, lost the basketball.
A lot of contact for no call. Boy, that was a very Duff might have got away with kicking his leg out a little bit.
I guarantee you we got away with it. There was a big bump on that one for Rose-Hulman and no foul called.
Yep. See if
they're going to clear it out. Kabrick's going to bring it up.
At one of these times, they're going to go to that trap. And it's going to be interesting to see what Rose does, how they break that. So, good test here today.
Terry feeds it inside to Jurek. He puts the reverse up and in.
They're just too big. Just too big, and Booth is going to have that size advantage most games on the schedule. This is a big, wide, very skilled body.
Yeah, it's not, like you said, it's not just height.
No.
They're physically built.
Yep.
Fade away on the outside for three, can't get it. Tipped around. He's got it, loose basketball, picked up, and shots up and in, this time by M.J. Barnes.
A good job by Barnes there, playing through the contact. He got by it a little bit, didn't let that mess up his rhythm. Got a good bucket.
Duff to Hicks.
Boy, look at that ball pressure.
Duff again looking to pump. He'll drive. Pull away, gets it up. Got a good look. Hicks with the board. Hicks pumps. Can't get it. He'll pull it back outside. Kabrick. Ram for three. Can't get it to go.
Good look by Sam, though, after the offensive rebound. That three-point is so hard to guard. Travel. Yep.
Barnes moved his feet. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 15:38 to go in the first half. It's 8-6 Rose-Hulman.
Union Health offers the convenience you need and the care you trust at two convenient care locations in Terre Haute, downtown at 221 South 6th Street, and on the east side at Sycamore Terrace Plaza off of State Road 46. Downtown location open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, Saturday 9 to 3, Sunday 1 to 5. East side open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, and Saturday 9 to 6. And you never need an appointment. Have a minor illness or injury that just can't wait? Choose convenient care from Union Health.
Kick off your deal your way at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil.
Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pull away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab with 0% financing for 72 months. Or a new Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during Jeep Adventure Days. Plus, up to $3,000 York Trade Assistance. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com.
Stop by today and we'll show you why. We're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And for Rose-Hulman's substitution into the ball game is Trey Wirtz as he'll check in. And again, you bring Trey Wirtz off the bench, the 6'7" grad student. And that's a huge advantage for Rose-Hulman. Not only has he played, he's played well for 4 years, and he gets the 5th due to COVID.
Also brought in Isaac Farnsworth, his first action.
Still looking inside. Hicks with the basketball out front. Ram tries to cut through, and solid defense by the Britons. They're really doing a nice job. Had a chance to get it inside to Wirtz, and they just couldn't find him as Kabrick threw it out of bounds.
That's a tough pass to make. You were hoping that we were able to get that high-low and get Wirtz with a touch. Got more substitutions.
And for the Britons, Devin Holmes checks into the ball game. Fred Garland is also in it.
I'm assuming he is related to Cortez Garland, but I'm not.
Kind of looks that
sure.
way, both from Detroit.
Speaking of Cortez,
woo, big long one. That was outside, and Cortez Garland knocks the three down, and Albion has its first lead of the ball game. Samvit Ram driving. Lot of body plate on everybody right now. Doesn't matter which side. So you're seeing a lot of physical contact.
Got to get into it here.
Shot clock down. Looking inside. Had him. Ram for three. Gets a nice turn on it. Can't get it up and in. And Albion with the basketball and a 1-point lead. Good ball reversal. 3-point shots up and good by MJ Barnes. And it's a 4-point Brit lead.
Back-to-back threes there. Nice transition three. Got it into the corner off the ball reversal.
So the Britons are in the lead by 4. Ram with it outside. Kabrick down on the post. Turn around, got it up and in.
That's a tough basket. I would have loved to see him try to look to score off the touch instead of putting on the deck and spinning around. I know he's got that size advantage there. Still got the 2 points to go. Made it a little harder than it maybe needed to be.
I also think he's just a pure scorer.
He is.
It's not necessarily that he's going to shoot it really well. He just scores well. There's another one in Cortez Garland with another basket.
You see on multiple positions on the floor, you have the engineers with that size, that girth, that strength advantage. Albion, wiry, very athletic, very rangy. So let's see if the engineers can use what they have to their advantage. Deep in shot clocks. We're going to have to get into it once again.
Pretty slow.
Yep.
With it is Farnsworth out in front. Clock winding down. He'll put it inside. Works with the score. Very nice pass as Isaac Farnsworth from Auburn, Indiana, checks into the ball game, and he gives the assist on that one.
And Farnsworth is a guy that could do a lot of things for Rose offensively. Very scrappy over the back.
Wirtz with the pass and an outlet, or with the rebound and an outlet. Kabrick outside to Farnsworth. To Wirtz, to Kabrick. A little bit too much standing and nonchalant early in the shot clock for Rose-Hulman. They're not doing a good enough job at attacking.
Shot clock, got to realize.
5-4, Kabrick jacks the three, doesn't get anything. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Yep. And you're going to see some substitutions. Duff get ready to come back in. You need the playmaker to come back in. Terrell Hicks going to get his first break. Max Chaplin coming in as Samvit Ram gets his first break as well. That offense has got to be a little bit more crisp. You got to move faster. Once you get 15 on the shot clock and you haven't really moved the ball at all, you're in trouble. This Albion defense sticky in the half court.
Man defense by Rose-Hulman. At times it'll look like a zone, but instead they're going to get up on people that need it. There's a three-point shot, a good-looking one. The problem is it drew nothing. Garland, and this time it's Fred, couldn't get one to fall. Duff with the basketball. Kabrick. Farnsworth looks on the wing. Duff hasn't really had a chance to do his scoring. Kicks outside. Kabrick drives, turns, puts it up. Can't get it to fall. It's battled, and rebound comes out to MJ Barnes. Deep pass down inside. Shots up and blocked.
Who goaltend? Hey, I
call
tell
it
you
the
what.
goaltending.
I'll take that goaltend every day of the week. We need a little spark as we go to break. 11:34 to go. Rose down 4.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
At H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they make sure your return gets done right. It's not just numbers, boxes, and forms. It's personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. With an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
This is Sue Goshen from your locally owned H&R Block in Brazil. Walk in, make an appointment, or drop off your documents, and we'll tackle your taxes while you're away.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And both teams have broken their huddles and head out to the floor. Again, we thought it'd be a battle in this one. Both these teams play defense. A little bit different brand. Rose-Hulman a lot more physical on the inside and making sure you have to take a shot outside. The Britons are trying to steal the ball almost every time down the floor. They're very aggressive, very wiry, as you talked about earlier. There's a drive, potential travel. He can't get rid of it. He turns around, puts it up and in.
How about that? You leave him alone, he'll shoot the ball. And Matt Chaplin is a shooter. Got him bringing the ball up the court in this alignment that we have on the floor. So not 100% his strong suit as far as playing the point.
Backdoor cut, missed layup by Devin Holmes. Rebound comes out. Chaplin with it. On the break, he'll pull it up and set it up one more time. Works with it to Duff. Duff goes to drive, and he's in trouble right there. Pulls up inside the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound picked up by Zika.
You got to get Vuk back in there to get some interior presence. You got to be able to have somebody who can toss the ball to in low right now, because offensively, this is a challenge right now for the Engineers.
Fred Garland gets his pocket picked by Farnsworth, and Rose-Hulman with the basketball.
Bradley Harden with the ball right now. If Rose not getting it in transition, it is tough right now with this Albion defense.
Yeah, they're going to have to push the ball up the floor whether they like it or not, and then try to put it in a post. Wirtz got it, tipped, out of bounds. It'll be Rose-Hulman basketball.
There was an attempt there. At least got the ball to work. So, maybe he saw Vuk at the scorer's table. Was like, hey, I'm getting one up here. I don't know, but he did make a move to the basket, and it's just the offense is stagnant right now.
And it's still nice to bring 2 6'7" guys back and forth off this. That both can play. They both can score.
Yep. Put it up.
Just an awesome opportunity for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, I think the shot clock. The clock didn't go. They had to look at the point at the clock, I think.
6 seconds now on the shot clock. Here we go.
Do you see what I see, that there's not a foul been called yet?
No. No fouls, and there's been a lot of banging going on the inside. Looking, 3 seconds. Had Duff. Outside, Chaplin with the fadeaway. Can't get it to go.
Okay.
And the rebound comes out to Albion. They got a shot, and they got a look. That's all you can hope for in a 3-second out-of-bounds play. With it, new in the ball game is Armistead Wilkerson.
Second time that they've traveled on the catch. Not the same player. This time it was a Winston, Kai Winston. But this is the second time that Albion has traveled on the catch, so that's something they're going to have to watch. Sometimes you move before you catch the ball. Ooh, Harden needs some help.
Harden's going to have to really push on this one. He's got to use some athletic ability to try to get around Armistead Wilkerson. With the
Good
drive, Duff, and then a lot of hard foul contact. First foul of the game.
And that's where you got Duff isolated on that right wing where he's comfortable and he can rip through, go baseline just like that. So that was a good job getting him in that spot early in the shot clock. This is the difference going from having Craig McGee to not having him. Now you got to figure some things out offensively.
Chaplin, he'll pull it out. He's got a man in a low post if he can feed him the ball, and they pull it back out. 5 out with the Cutters. They'll give it up. Again on the outside.
What'll work?
Harden to Voot. Jurek has it stolen away, and off we go. It's a 3-on-1. They'll lead it up, and the alley-oop goes in. That's a really nice lead and a good finish by Benny Zika. 18-14. The Britons with the lead. Looking inside, had that backdoor cut, and he just wasn't ready to throw the ball. Outside to Harden. He'll set it up again. 10 seconds on that shot clock. And that's one thing. The Britons have forced him way outside. 3-point, no good. Rebound is Voot Jurek for the rebound and basket.
She's very strong, so strong down there is Rose. Maybe the best offense right now is put it up and go get it.
Well, and if you put Jurek on that low post, he has a chance to dominate down there, as he's not only wide and physical, but he just has a good presence about him in the low post.
Great feet, good hands.
Looking outside.
Good defense by Harden.
Pull back, kick out. They have an open three. Doesn't get it. And just battling up inside.
Delay.
And they're going to call delay game on
warning.
number 22, which is Benny Zika, who's come in and scored a couple baskets here. And he did a really nice job getting that rebound basket for Albion.
Zika 6'9", 255. Is tall and also wide. Now they're going to put him on the ball to make this inbounds pass a little tougher. He's been very impressive, very effective coming into this basketball game for Albion.
Still man pressure. I thought maybe they'd zone that up and trap out of it. They didn't.
I think that was at some point.
Be prepared for it. Harden holds it up outside, gives it to Hicks. Back out to Farnsworth. He'll pull it back, tries to do something with it, and again, diving for that ball, and a timeout's been called by Rose-Hulman. Yeah. And we'll take it as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
We're going to give a shout out and thank you to the sponsors for tonight's ball game: Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonomo, Goshen H&R Block, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-In, Union Health, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive, with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And I want to thank those folks for helping to sponsor. They're also sponsors on our football broadcast for this Saturday. Remember, Saturday, Rose-Hulman takes on Mount St. Joe in the conference championship game. And we'll have all that action for you live here on Indiana Sports Network. Harden gets the ball, drives down the lane, puts it up, can't get it to go. Tipped around, tipped out, tipped, still gone. Kicked outside, Harden open for 3, puts it up and in.
Yes, sir.
Bradley Harden for 3.
That's once again off the offensive rebound. Engineers got their first 3-point hit of the night.
Still playing that 5 out with the drive. He'll put it up, forced it,
good call.
and they're going to call a foul, and he'll go to the line. In this case, it's again, number 11, Cortez Garland, who's been the scorer for Mount St. Joe. Or excuse me, what did I say? Albion.
You're thinking about Saturday.
My brain right now.
Think about
man.
Saturday, man.
I'm already
thinking about Saturday.
We'll all get excited for a little championship action. Garland puts that first one in. We'll also have the opener for the women on Saturday.
That's going to be exciting. Berea coming in town. Berea team from about 2 years ago, 20-plus wins, and just the last several years they have been very, very good. Berea has in women's basketball.
It's a real interesting school and an interesting way to do things. I don't know. Have you been there?
I have not.
I have.
Okay.
A couple times. Yeah. Spent a couple weekends there.
So what you're saying, they got to do a little research on Berea between now and Saturday.
Yeah, because it's an interesting place. Sandvit Ram brings it up, gets it off to Terry Hicks.
Got to move.
Hicks again, he's going to drive on him. You get a guy in your face, you can take him to the hole. Just get that one step on that crossover and get going.
Oh, boy.
Ram outside. Trying to square up, looking for the screen and help. He gets the drive. Nice kick. Open for Harden in the corner. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Hicks. He'll fight. Gets it to
up.
He goes up. Can't get it to go.
That's okay.
Almost had it that way, and Albion picks up the basketball.
Love to fight underneath the basket by the engineers. Got to get out on him.
Kick outside, shots up and no good. This time again by Cortez Garland.
Look, ticky-tack foul, and it means maybe let that go as Rose had two guys underneath the basket get that rebound. But Garland is a guy, you give him any space, that ball's going up. You have to chase him a little harder than that. Can't give him very much space coming around these screens. I like the actions they work with Garland, whether it be off the ball or on the ball. They look to get him the ball in their spots.
Oh, yeah, and the spot up by Harden in the corner was a little deep. He's still at about 1.5 to 2 feet from getting close enough to the line, and just a hair off on that one. But you're right. I think he's going to be shooting the basketball if you find him open at all.
He's got to get comfortable on the ball. Several of these guys.
Ram, he'll drive it towards the baseline, kick it out to Hicks. Ram open for three, squares up, can't get it to go, didn't get the follow. Garland with it, kicks it back outside.
Oh.
Drive outside, here comes Garland again, down in the post, he'll try to kick it out. Shots up, good contested look that time. Farnsworth was right in his face with the drive and the shot, can't get it to go. A lot of fighting in that one and a nice play.
Go.
Hard move, Harden with the basketball. Looks to cross over, takes the drive, gets it down in the post.
Good
block away, shots up and no good. Rebound again, fought for, tipped around. And they're going to say it's Rose-Hulman basketball.
That was a great block of that time. I think that was Zeke. Was that Zeke again? I do believe
it was Zeke. Yeah, he's done a great job for them.
He really has off the bench. And, boy, I'm telling you, I like the early shots. Because when we get deep in that shot clock, you're getting nothing good on this set half-court defense of the Britons.
Got to really push it towards the basket and really push it in there. Ram looking inside, cross court, gives up to Farnsworth. 6-5, Ram on the drive, pull up, 10-footer, got it.
Good pull up from that short corner there, about that 10, 12-foot area. Got to a spot and rose and hit.
Sandvit Ram needs to come into his own here his senior year. He can do it, and you've seen him light it up before. Speaking of lighting it up, opportunity for number 11, Garland, to put one in. He wasn't able to do it. Ram again, works. Farnsworth to Hicks. Harden, pump, use the screen. He's got a much larger guy. Crossover drive. Shots up. Can't get it to go. He got to the rim. Just couldn't get it above it. With the drive. Stolen away. Farnsworth gives up to Harden. He does not have numbers. He'll pull up. And with that, we'll have
maybe some blood on Farnsworth.
An official timeout. They had something going on.
Yeah,
hit himself on something, so there's a blood issue probably.
Yeah. Got stuff at the table anyway. I think he was getting ready to come out anyway. As Harden, I tell you what, Bradley Harden had a very good rotation there. Been playing about 4 minutes in that stretch. He showed me some things. He's definitely been working on his ball handling. He's got an opportunity as Rose is going to be searching, looking for guys. Okay, who's going to emerge? Who's going to step up? Whether it be as far as to handle the ball. Harden, as he gets more and more comfortable, it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do as he gets more minutes on the floor.
Ram works open for three.
Yep.
Big fella can't get it to go, and Hicks knocks it out of bounds off his leg.
It's a good look, though. Coach Lloyd is clapping his hands and, hey, that's okay. That's the look that you want him to take, the little pick and pop in the corner or the top of the key. He can put that in.
1 point lead by Albion. Great ball game here. Garland puts that one up and in.
You could just see that from a mile away as he came off of that screen and he had that little step back to the side. He had the space. That looked good.
Cortez Garland, a senior from Detroit, Michigan. Hicks squares up. Kabrick. You're not going to post Sambit Ram in there and get him the ball. You're going to have to. He's going to have to play more perimeter than what he just did there.
Now you're in trouble.
Outside, Kabrick for three. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Ram. Rebound by Sambit. Puts it up. Got it.
What an offensive rebound by Ram. Went up strong and high with two hands to snatch that.
2 point lead for Albion with the basketball. Again, they're looking at their two major scorers. It's Barnes who missed that one.
Oh, come up with that.
Tough battle picked up by Albion. Fed into the post. Zika trying to back down Wirtz.
Can't help.
He'll kick it outside. There's the shooter. Got it up and in.
You can't help that far.
MJ Barnes for three.
That's why they went to Zika. They brought Barnes right over. They knew they were going to have to try to help out. You got to know how far you can range to get back to your shooter.
Kabrick for three. Got it.
Engineer starting to let it fly a little bit from deep, starting to open it up. Open up that offense, kind of like in a football team, throwing the ball down the field a little bit will open up that run game possibility.
Looking inside. Again, they're going to call a foul. It could be a moving screen or a block on it. Which would they call? They're calling the push. They called the push on Rose-Hulman instead of the moving screen. Timeout on the floor will take one as well. 2 point Albion lead.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
28-26 is our score. Albion with the lead, and foul called on Rose-Hulman. It will be off the ball, so it should be out of bounds. And they're going to give it under the basket, so nope, they're pulling it out front like they're supposed to. Sorry, I got excited.
Well, he went underneath the basket and had the ball.
And they threw it down to him, so that's right. I don't know what they're doing there, but they're going to take it out of bounds right in front of Rose-Hulman's bench.
Whoa.
With the drive, he's trying to go up against Wirtz and doesn't get it. Gets a follow, doesn't get that. Fight inside. It's off the shoulder of Rose-Hulman. It'll be Albion basketball.
You know, when that possession started and Fred Garland had the ball, I said, whoa, because Kabrick had two hands on him. By rule, that's a foul. And with a block by Duck. Oh, we got a foul on that.
And they're going to call a foul on that one.
I didn't see it, so. Like my head was turned is what I'm saying.
I understand.
Literally had looking down at my score sheet.
We've done enough basketball games. We've seen a whole bunch of things, and then we probably missed a bunch too, and missed that one. The guy that's lighting it up right now is MJ Barnes.
Yeah, I mean,
14
Barnes,
points. He's just on fire.
He really is, and Barnes one of the guys that had a breakout year last year. He missed that free throw. In for the first time today for the Engineers, Simon Blair, one of those freshmen that I was telling you about.
And Blair had a bunch of minutes against Indiana State last week. Wirtz on the turnaround, got it to go.
It's so weird because Trey Wirtz, even though he's left-handed, he likes to score in the post with his right hand. So he was very comfortable. Engineers is down 1 point.
Again, we thought this would be a good ball game, and it right now is showing everything as two top teams in their conference are really battling it out here in the opening ball game. Kick outside, Barnes again. You're just going to have to put somebody in his face the entire time, make him drive, because he is on fire. It's not even heat check time, and he's still roaring him in.
That was a pretty good contest by Duff. Duff, the taller defender. It just didn't matter. If you let him get the ball, you're in trouble.
Kabrick, dead with it, kicks it outside to Ram. Sandvit out to Wirtz. Wirtz will hopefully turn around, face the basket. He doesn't. Gives it outside, almost stolen away, and picked up that time by Blair. 5 seconds. Wirtz is going to have to jack it. No, it's Ram. Shoots it up, and he didn't get the shot up.
Nobody wants to shoot when you know it's 6 seconds on the clock. We got the last 5 seconds. We saw, 3 passes? Somebody put it. Just throw it up there.
Just pull the trigger. Everybody crash the boards. Let's go.
Timeout on the floor.
And there is a timeout on the floor. And again, 32-28, a 4-point Albion lead.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
So with 50 seconds left to go here in the first half, 32-28 is our score. Albion with the basketball and a 4-point lead, and they're going to slow her down probably a little bit here, see if they can kind of milk this one and maintain the lead going in at halftime.
Engineers need to stop right here on this possession.
Garland with the drive, traveled with it. That's a really good play. Kabrick with solid defense and forced him into that one.
Kabrick a little physical with him as Garland was trying to make his move. They wanted to get the ball into the corner, try to make something happen from there. Now the Engineers got your stop. Now you have to score, make this a one-possession game, and then get one more stop before half.
Rams now forced into playing some guard. He'll bring this one up. Outside, Duff.
But the timing wasn't there. Boy.
Waiting for him to turn the corner and just take it in there. Wirtz looking inside, bad pass, but they're going to call a foul on the inside, and that foul is going to go against Fred Garland.
Garland had his back to the play. He was trying to face guard Duff, or Ram, whoever was trying to make that cut. Engineers got bailed out there.
Kabrick will inbound the ball. Looking inside.
Look out.
Ram with it. Fade away in the corner. Gets it.
Looks good. Sambit Ram off the catch.
And he is on it. Sambit Ram is playing very well. One of the better ball games we've seen him have, because we haven't seen him in a year.
Good foul. I was just getting ready to say I would foul. As soon as they get into their motion, you still have a couple of fouls to give. So in this situation, so got to be smart with it. Don't want to do it when they're in the act of shooting. But, you know, you still got a couple to burn. You got 8.2 seconds. You don't want to let them get in to anything,
And I like the substitution, bringing in Zachary Jackson off the bench, because he has fouls to give, and he's going to play really tough on this one. There he is, up on him. Garland trying to get the ball. Garland with the drive. That's Eurostep. It's not supposed to be this year. And that one will not count as well. It's a 2-point Albion lead at halftime, as Rose-Hulman is playing tough here in the first half. Again, 32-30. Albion with the lead over Rose-Hulman at halftime. And with that, we'll take a break and come back with our halftime show. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Crunch.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Union Health offers the convenience you need and the care you trust at 2 convenient care locations in Terre Haute, downtown at 221 South 6th Street, and on the east side at Sycamore Terrace Plaza off of State Road 46. Downtown location open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, Saturday 9 to 3, Sunday 1 to 5. East side open Monday through Friday 8 to 8 and Saturday 9 to 6. And you never need an appointment. Have a minor illness or injury that just can't wait? Choose convenient care from Union Health.
Kick off your deal your way at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil.
Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pull away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab with 0% financing for 72 months. Or a new Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during Jeep Adventure Days. Plus, up to 3,000 York Trade Assistance. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com.
Stop by today and we'll show you why. We're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network. It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman and Hulbert Arena. As our halftime score, it's Albion 32, Rose-Hulman 30. But honestly, you look at these scores and what's going on, two teams are pretty evenly matched right now.
They really are, and you can tell that it's early in the season for Rose-Hulman. And I remember listening to the post-game comments for Coach Lloyd after the ISU exhibition, and he said at that point going into that contest, Rose-Hulman had only had something like 17 practices, and I wasn't aware of that. So their defense is pretty far ahead of their offense right now. They don't have their full package in. They have a couple of options on a couple of plays, and that's about it. I mean, so it's going to be a work in progress for Rose-Hulman offensively early part of the season. Come conference season, hopefully they'll have more of their offense in. But defensively, Rose-Hulman, they look pretty good. They have some good athletes on the floor. They can switch a couple of different positions. Good, strong play down low as far as defensively. So they're rebounding well. So I'm very encouraged by what I see by Rose today. But Albion, man, they're solid. This team, they look more fluid offensively than Rose-Hulman does at this point in the season. And, boy, they are quick at every position, aren't they?
Well, it really looks good. They only have 3 guys who scored, and that's because they put the ball in their shooters' hands every single time down the floor. They've got 2 of them, 2 shooters, and then they had a banger on the inside in Zika. But those are the 3 guys that have scored. It's Barnes, Garland, and Zika who've scored for them. But in the process, Barnes is on fire. He's 17 points in the first half. Solid play. Really didn't take a really bad shot. No. He's just consistently in the flow of the ball game. And you take those guys and let them do it, they're fine. They have turned the ball over a couple times, which has hurt them in the process. They have 5 turnovers. Rose-Hulman only 3 turnovers in the first half.
And that's very impressive for Rose-Hulman. I was wondering if we see some pressure by Albion, which I still think is very possible. It depends on what the coach wants to do. They can dial that pressure up and see how Rose-Hulman. I'll be honest, I would. They're coming out in the second half at some point. Maybe not the first possession, maybe not the second. I'd throw some pressure at Rose and see what they do. If they handle it for a few possessions, okay, get out of it and get back in your half-court man. But, boy, I'd throw some pressure at them, and especially knowing that there is no Craig McGee anymore, and they're looking to see who is going to emerge to handle the ball. So I'd pressure them.
Both of these teams are very similar in the scoring, the field goal percentage, all those kinds of things. There's really not much difference. A couple more threes, and when I say that, three-point wise, Albion is 5 for 11. Rose-Hulman only 2 for 10, and those 3 baskets, they easily make up what we're talking about with scoring points. Field goal percentage virtually the same, 41 and 42% or so, or 43. So they're almost identical in what's going on. There hasn't been very much production at the foul line because nobody's fouled anybody, or at least the officials have said no one's fouled. There's been a lot of contact, and again, they have called it very equal both ways.
One thing that Rose-Hulman, we look at their progression over the last few years, they've really been able to get to the free throw line. First half, 0 foul shots attempted. I'm sure that Coach Rusty Lloyd will bring that to the attention of the referee. Would that make any difference or not, I don't know, but I'm sure they'll present the facts and let the judge decide as he will. But no free throws in the first half at home.
Especially if
game this is.
Well, especially when you're putting the ball in the post. Rose-Hulman has put the ball in the post. They have gotten the ball inside. Wirtz, I know, had a couple opportunities where a lot of banging around the inside, nothing called. And again, it's not saying that it's not equal. It's just saying it's not to Rose's advantage if those fouls are not called. They have a really tough time scoring at times because they want to put people in foul trouble. They want to put it in the post, and they want to dominate you in the low post.
And you know how you coaches are. You're lobbying for that next call. So just say, Mr. Official, I just want to let you know. Because I know how you guys are.
Yeah. Some coaches will whine. Some coaches will just say, hey, this is not right. That's not close.
But you got to present the facts, though.
Right.
Just presenting the facts.
Yeah, you're not going to dominate like they used to in the 70s, but at the same time, you got to make sure your point's known, and that's kind of the way it is. 32-30 is our score here at halftime. Albion Britons with a 2-point lead over the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. You're at halftime here from Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. We'll be right back.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
At Union Health, we understand that early detection of breast cancer saves lives. That's why the Clara Fairbanks Center for Women offers the most advanced breast cancer detection available. Tomosynthesis 3D breast imaging. This state-of-the-art technology pinpoints breast cancer at its earliest stages when it's most curable. For you, that means earlier detection. For us, that means being able to give you peace of mind in your health care. To schedule your mammogram, call 812-238-7766. Union Health. Healthier together.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?"
The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Wouldn't it be nice if everything you needed in cardiology care was under one roof? At Union Health's Heart and Vascular Institute, it is. Like advanced technologies and facilities, specialty cardio physicians, and expert staff dedicated to your heart. And because we're bringing new, less invasive procedures to the region, you have more options than ever before right here in the Wabash Valley. Your heart is in the right place at the Heart and Vascular Institute at Union Hospital. Union Health. Healthier. Together.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Couple different things. We're going to look over the statistics. I always look and see who's playing who and what's going on. Opening ball game, 11 players have played for both of these teams in the first half. That means everybody's still looking for playing time, looking for players to play, looking for jobs to be established and see who's going to actually do the damage throughout the season. So a lot of players from Rose-Hulman getting looks, and that's a pretty good thing when he has enough confidence to put in 11 different players.
It really is. It's, early in the season, like you mentioned, trying to establish roles and guys trying to carve out niches, and you've seen a lot of on both teams. You've seen guys come off the bench and be very productive. Bradley Harden really turned my head and got my attention by some of the aggressive play that he did. And then also, you look on the other side, Benjamin Zika. He looked really good in that first half and coming off the bench, 6'9", 255. That's a big boy, and he's got some skill. So coming off the bench for Albion,
he may not be coming off the bench too much longer because he seriously was a tough match, not just offensively, but also defensively. He picked up a couple rebounds and did some other things, and that's the other thing, rebounding.
Yes.
How many times have you seen Rose-Hulman out-rebounded in a first half?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's what Albion and their athleticism, their aggression, makes up for some of the lack of size. I find it interesting that both teams, looking at their offensive rebound versus total rebound, both teams have around 40% of their rebounds being offensive. And that's something you don't necessarily see every day. So guys are really battling, getting that loose ball, trying to get extra possessions for both teams. So both these teams are playing really hard tonight.
Yes, and that's one thing, opening ball game, and you're not seeing people walk around standing. You're seeing a lot of movement and a lot of aggressiveness from the defensive side. Rose-Hulman's having trouble early in that shot clock moving the ball.
They are, because Albion, boy, they get into you, they're man-to-man. You watch Rose-Hulman try to make cuts to get to their spot, and you're seeing this. You're not getting through without getting touched. And I love to see that.
It's called Tia Delane, baby.
Yes.
Tee him up.
I absolutely love that.
And,
I mean, you don't want free reign through the lane. Hey, play a little physical, bump up their spot, see what they can do with that. Knock off their rhythm, knock off their timing. Albion has done that so well. For a team in Rose that's trying to find the way offensively, that is not what they need. If I can say that, Albion is doing what they're supposed to do. But Rose-Hulman in the first game, boy, that's a tough way to get into your season when you got a team bumping you, making sure you don't get into your rhythm when you're trying to find a rhythm to start your season.
Just about a minute left to go here, and we'll take a short break. Be right back with the start of the second half. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
At H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they make sure your return gets done right. It's not just numbers, boxes, and forms. It's personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. With an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
This is Sue Goshen from your locally owned H&R Block in Brazil. Walk in, make an appointment, or drop off your documents, and we'll tackle your taxes while you're away.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Albion will end up to start the second half with their hands on the basketball. Starting lineup back in for Albion. They'll put it again in whose hands? It's Barnes. They're going to try to get the ball inside, and they're going to call a foul. There'll be an offensive foul.
Yep.
And right away, Albion didn't like that one, but Ken Thomas has called for backing them down on the inside. And he'll pick up the offensive foul and a turnover for the Britons.
A little bit of a discard as well as will we get that pressure for the first time by Albion. Let's see here. Nope, they back off in the full court man.
Dylan Duff with the basketball. Terry Hicks.
Look at that ball pressure. Everywhere you look.
Kabrick, pump, drive, kick out. Zurich backs him down, doesn't have any way to get rid of it. Ducks and covers, can't get it in. It's tipped around and picked up by Albion. Barnes outside to Maccabee. Or excuse me, McBee. Yeah, it is Maccabee. Outside it's Duff, and they'll say he's...
Guys all over the floor. You got actually a wet spot need to be cleaned up that they didn't get to. Now they're going to have to go down to the other end and get that one as well.
Well, not only that, but you're going to have to take the ball the length of the floor now with pressure and set up in a full court press. That didn't help Rose-Hulman.
No. And it might be like last time, they're going to give pressure on the inbounds and then back off. We'll see. But they're setting this up. I mean, it's a matter of time before they...
Thomas has been holding his elbow pretty hard, too.
He went down
hard. It banged.
He went down very hard. And, they say it's a funny bone, but it's not so funny when you hit it.
Sandvit Ram almost lost it. Now he's picked his dribble up.
Yeah.
Hicks, cross court, gets it to Duff. He'll drive. He'll shoot. He'll score.
Good drive by Duff. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, he's with that drive, he scores and ties the ball game at 32.
Big bucket to start the half for the Engineers to tie this thing up.
Turning the corner, lay it inside. He traveled with it, and they're going to call it.
Man, I just said good. I liked the way that play was developing, and then he just couldn't get himself set, got a little happy, and Ken Thomas traveled with the basketball. I just didn't think they needed to put the ball on the floor. He was headed toward the basket. Just if you can use that left hand, go up and use it.
Elevate for a 4-footer instead of a 2-footer. Didn't gain you much.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. You got an athlete like Kabrick. He's probably one of the best athletes at Rose-Hulman, period, in any sport.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Outside, Duff lost it with the drive. Pump, puts it up, gets a point. Dylan Duff.
Boy, it worked out well, but it did not look pretty to start off with for the Engineers there.
Rose-Hulman with their lead. First one since about 10 minutes into the first half. With the drive, puts it up got it. That's a really nice move at the inside by Justin Maccabee.
Very nice by Maccabee. He's able to spin back to reverse his pivot. Oh, my goodness.
Dylan Duff from the right wing. He'll drive. Deep down inside, puts a shot up, can't get it to go. Rebound, it'll go out to Rose-Hulman.
You see the struggle that Rose-Hulman is having, getting the ball up the court, getting the ball up. That's why I'm surprised that Coach May is not dialing up this pressure, trying to turn Rose-Hulman over a little bit. Even when they get it across, it looks shaky.
They're dialing it up, but it's only man pressure. You and I are thinking potential trap. That's what you're thinking. And they're not doing it.
I'd love to see what they can do with that.
Had Ram and put it inside. Boot Zurich for 2 and a 2-point lead.
Once again, a nice bucket. A lot of paint points for both of these teams here today.
With a drive down inside again. And they're going to call the block, and he'll go to the line. It's Justin McAbee, and the senior from Lansing, Michigan, has done a nice job in the second half for Albion. He's taken some of the pressure off of the other scores.
You know, he's been very aggressive coming out of this halftime break. We didn't see much from McAbee as well at all in that first half as far as looking towards the basket. I actually don't think he attempted a shot in the first half.
No, but it really makes a difference for Albion. Now, instead of having 3 guys scoring, you got the 4th one entered the place. He's able to do something, and then off the bench comes the big guy. That's Benny Zika, the senior from Hazlitt, Michigan, and he'll have an opportunity to play as well.
Look on the other side. You see Farnsworth as we got a missed free throw. Farnsworth's night is over. He's got the ice pack on his shoulder, right shoulder, so his night's done. Oh, man.
Dips it down inside. That's a nice idea. Problem was, I thought he had the layup in the process with the drive, and that, again, was Jackson Kabrick.
Was nowhere near to be able to drop that off. I don't think Vuka was expecting that at all. He wasn't even going toward the basket. Lucky for the Engineers, it was a dead ball turnover.
Again, different way to play defense. Pass and cut. With it on the outside is Lee. He'll give it back up, and here's the score. And again, with the drive, McAbee, kick outside, helped them on offense. He had an open shot, was Barnes, and he didn't get that one to fall. 1 point, Rose-Hulman lead. Inside, kick outside, Ram for 3. Got it! Sambit Ram for 3 and a 4-point Rose-Hulman lead.
And that's, once again, the three-pointer, the third or fourth one of the night. I'm saying Vuk to go up and they swing that thing in the corner. That's analytics versus a traditional style.
Air ball shot by, this time, number 11, Cortez Garland. Outside Ram for 3.
Short.
Can't get it, but Zurich inside. Pump drive, gets it up and in, and a 6-point lead. Timeout, Albion. And we'll take one as well.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman comes out after halftime and just lights it up. Sambit Ram hitting a shot on the end to really put it up, but everybody's playing well defensively, and Albion has had a hard time scoring on Rose-Hulman's defense here in the second half.
They really have. Rose-Hulman's defense just quite frankly, is out ahead of their offense right now. Rose-Hulman, they've been so successful when they push the tempo, push the pace, get out in transition, look for early offense.
Harden checked into the ballgame for Rose-Hulman. He had a good first half. Good solid defense. There's a three-point shot in the corner, no good, and a rebound comes out. Nice play by McAbee. He's got the ball in the post. He's going to duck in. Thought he may have traveled. Outside, it's Lee with the drive. Good. Nothing, and they're going to call it.
No!
First thing, it wasn't his call. That's what you're going to say, right?
Well, I think in the restricted circle, I think he actually was where I looked down at where he was positioned. So technically, I guess that is a good call. All right, boy. I just saw two guys walled up in position, not moving. But when you're in the restricted circle, that's just, boy, that's a tough one to get. Offensive player had nothing going there.
They're going to check the shot clock on this one, too, as they go. Everybody will kind of go to their respective benches for a second. They're going to take a timeout as well. And with that, 41-35 is our score. Rose-Hulman with the lead.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
41-35, Rose-Hulman has come out on fire in the second half, taking the lead. And Albion definitely needs to score a bucket here in the next minute or so to see if they can get this tide turned, as Rose-Hulman has been able to do real damage. Out of bounds play for Albion. You know, he drew one up to make sure it's going. Trying to get it going. There's their best player in the corner. They'll give it back out. Zika with it. He'll try to go one-on-one. Down that post with Zurich. Zika doing a nice job, but Zurich is up to the task. With the drive, Maccabee, kick outside. Trying to put it up. They've got Maccabee in the corner for 3. Hand at his face. Great job by Terry Hicks. Good defense by Rose-Hulman.
What a great possession defensively coming out of that timeout for Rose.
Harden. He'll set the offense. Outside it's Ram, looking for the crossover. Still has one outside. It's Vuk Jurek. Now out to Harden. With 7, you're under 10 seconds in the shot clock. They'll give it outside. Duff, it looked like he walked to me. Kick out 3. Got it! Dylan Duff, ice in his veins, sticks that one in.
It did look like he walked, but he turns out and gets 3 points. Once again, it did not look good, but boy, it ended well for the Engineers.
Doesn't look like we put points. There it is, 44-35, a 9-point lead.
Force.
3-point shot up, no good.
Yep,
and right now, Rose-Hulman is in total control of the tempo and the ball game.
That was the first poor shot, I think, for Barnes here tonight.
And Barnes has had a hard time now getting it up. Vuk. Zurich turns the corner, drive, shoot, can't get it up. Just about had it in.
And that's what that young man could do. He waited for his teammate to clear off the cut and then just went toward the basket. Couldn't quite get it to go.
Lee on the outside gives it up. Here's Barnes.
Ram is doing a good job on Barnes so far. Can't help too far, though.
Cortez Garland. Here comes Ram.
Nice.
Whoa, Garland. Excuse me, that's Barnes with a nice play on the inside, got to the rack.
And that all started when Ram helped too far and he lost Barnes. Barnes went to that corner. You just have to stay attached. You have to help. Uh-oh.
Almost a steal.
That was close to being off of Harden's leg.
Yes.
But I guess it was off of Cortez's leg.
Well, again, I think the official was blocked on that one, so even if it did hit, he's not going to see it.
Yeah. Multiple substitutions both ways. As Coach May and Coach Lloyd go to their benches, as the first 6 minutes plus been a lot of action, so a lot of energy expelled. Guys need a blow. And we're going to time out here. We're going to check this clock.
Try it again.
Going to reset here. First guy in double digits for the Engineer, Sanveet Ram. He's got 11. We have 7, 8 Engineers have scored, though. Boy. Everybody getting into the
crossover drive. He'll put it up and in, and he gets it. And he'll go to the line.
Length and strength. That is what you're looking at for the Engineers this season. If the outside shots fall, like, as we continue this season, this team is going to be so tough because they have so much strength and size inside.
Potential, and they just couldn't get the rebound.
Look out.
Duff had that chance. Duff didn't score in the first half. He's got 9 here in the second half.
Yep.
Barnes with the drive. No, he'll kick out. Looked like a travel.
Yeah.
Ball goes up. The rebound comes out to Duff.
Freddie Garland couldn't get that one to go. That's the Garland that we want to shoot. if one of them is going to shoot, we want it to be Freddie. I'm sorry, Fred. He didn't say Freddie.
Don't say Freddie.
I don't want to. Maybe he goes like that. Maybe he doesn't. I don't want to take liberties.
Cabrick back outside, works for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes out to Albion. Kicked up front. It's Wilkerson. He'll drive, and there's a lot of contact there. Everybody's hitting him.
You have to call that one.
You got three people bopping him there on the way through.
Kind of like the old Pistons days, and the Pistons, Celtics, and Knicks, and you get hit 3-4 times on one. You get one foul call, but you get licked 3 times.
3 or 4 times. And Lambier got the 5th one in on the rebound.
Man, I'm telling you, just a good measure.
Outside is Garland. Almost stolen away. Cabrick with a nice play. Almost had his hands on that one.
There we go.
Barnes, there it is again. Dylan Duff. Drive, shoots, can't get it to go.
That's all right.
Wilkerson, cross court. Oh, and there it is again. Cabrick is the athlete. He doesn't look the part as athletic as he actually is. I know he's an outstanding football player, basketball player. I can't remember the third sport, but he was a 3-sport star in high school. 4. He was a kicker and played soccer.
Whoa. That's close to a travel.
All-conference kicker in football, and Cabrick can really do the damage here on the basketball floor from the defensive aspect. He's taken Barnes to the cleaners in the second half with a steal. Great job.
How long can the Engineers keep up this breakneck intensity? Usually there's a lull at some point. You got to be able to keep up this intensity as long as they can.
They may have had the lull in the first half. Had Wirtz on a potential. If he had put that one up in the air, he'd have scored. Timeout's been called. We'll take one as well. It's 46-37. Rose-Hulman with the lead. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Kick off your deal your way at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil.
Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pull away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab with 0% financing for 72 months. Or a new Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during Jeep Adventure Days. Plus, up to $3,000 York Trade Assistance. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com.
Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
Wouldn't it be nice if everything you needed in cardiology care was under one roof? At Union Health's Heart and Vascular Institute, it is. Like advanced technologies and facilities, specialty cardio physicians, and expert staff dedicated to your heart. And because we're bringing new, less invasive procedures to the region, you have more options than ever before right here in the Wabash Valley. Your heart is in the right place at the Heart and Vascular Institute at Union Hospital. Union Health. Healthier. Together.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Farm Bureau Insurance with Micah Bonomo as their agent. Goshen H&R Block. The Hamilton Center. Lynn's Pharmacy. Riddell National Bank. Sonic Drive-In. Union Health. And York Automotive. Outside. Turned right off the bench. Got it up and got fouled. And he'll go to the line as Max Chaplin.
Max, I look for him to be aggressive this year. This is a young man that, first of all, got the lavender shoes this year, first of all. Second of all, he's got the headband, so that's new as well. Going to have to talk to him about that and see what spurred on some of these stylistic changes. But this is a young man that can shoot the ball from distance, getting better off the dribble. I look for him to be aggressive. This is a guy that I really feel can end up being that Ryoji Aoki type of player for the Engineer, stretch that defense and be a consistent knockdown outside shooter for the Engineer. I think that he's that type of guy.
10-point lead now. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Leads up to 11. Albion with a basketball. It's 48-37 as we approach getting close to that 11-minute mark here in the second half. Shots up, no good. Rebound, and it's fought for and still fought for. Zika with a basketball, kicks it out, and they're still trying to put it in. They get it to him. Wirtz is playing the defense. He's going to try to back Wirtz down. Puts it up. Wirtz with the block, and Zika gets it to roll.
That's his brute strength by Zika. He got a hand on that Wirtz and still able to muster that thing up there onto the rim and just let it crawl over.
Cabrick trying to handle it. Backdoor to Duff. Duff drives, shoots. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line. That's what Rose-Hulman needs to do. That's what their game is going to be all year. If they pressure and take it hard to the hole, they're going to get a lot of things going well for them. They're athletic. Even the big guys can do it when they're given the opportunity on the crossover moves. I really like what I'm seeing tonight. They're doing a great job, especially in the second half.
They really came out in the second half with a renewed sense of intensity. And have really taken it to Albion on both ends of the floor. Now getting to the free throw line, got to knock him down as Dylan does there. But the first thing, you can't make free throws if you don't attempt free throws. And so,
well, and you're not going to get any free throws if you're standing around outside with a basketball, too. They're putting it down in the paint and going at it.
11-point lead once again for the Engineers, now nearing 11 to go.
And Duff with 11 points on the night. Kick outside with a drive. Chapman right in his face. He sticks it in, and there's the other. Fred Garland now has picked up a basket.
Yep. And that's okay. Chapman with good defense there. Had a hand in his face.
Duff outside to Cabrick. Chapman looking inside. It's Duff. Cabrick inside. Turnaround. Fade away. Gets it.
Boy, oh boy.
Wow.
Good recognition by Cabrick as he said Zika in his face to arc that up a little bit higher. Got the roll.
Still an 11-point lead for Rose-Hulman. Defense inside. Shots up and good. That looked too easy for Garland. Cortez Garland.
Down floor.
Works for the layup. Got it.
Oh, my. Coach May could not be happy about that. Trey Wirtz is.
Yeah, really nice. 54-43, it's still 11.
Yeah, getting a stub in. Zika's going to come out now.
Backdoor cut. What a block! Cabrick with the basketball in the front court. Kicks it outside. Chaplin puts the shot up. Nope. Too short. And a foul called on Wirtz, but that's a real aggressive play. And within the flow, no one's disappointed. They're all happy.
And you want that to go. You're into the flow offensively. You get that early offense. Trying to get something to go, you miss a shot. That's what's going to happen sometimes. But when is Trey Wirtz? Normally not the first guy down the floor, but the hustle by Wirtz and that big left hand Paul getting up there saying, hey, I've got a man.
And when have you seen Rose-Hulman, and seriously the last 5 years, when have you seen two guards go out and two guards go in?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often for Rose-Hulman. They've got four guys right now that they can rotate in and get some quality minutes. With the drive, kick out to the outside, he won't take it. And again, here comes the drive, inside McAbee, kick back outside, shots up and no good. Rebound pops out and chasing it down by Harden.
Good job by Wirtz to get his hands on that, even though he couldn't come down with the rebound, got his hands on it and tipped it out.
Fred Garland had that opportunity. There's the pressure. He's on the line. Rose-Hulman basketball. Nice play, though, by Cortez Garland. Really smart play.
Blair was getting ready to get his first shot attempt up as Rose-Hulman fighting Engineer, but it was a good strip by Garland.
Chaplin doesn't get it to go. Went amongst the trees and had a shot, just couldn't get it in. Outside, Garland to Garland. Inside, and they're going to call what? Could be the hold, because Chaplin had hold of him with his hand. But, boy, the shoulder was lowered, too.
A good move by Chaplin. That's a good foul. That's really an excellent foul. That was probably going to be 2 points, as he was, when your feet are moving that fast, you lose your balance, wrap him up, get that foul. Not in the penalty yet. Good call.
And it wasn't an easy one either. Down inside, shots up. That's a really nice move by Ken Thomas as he sticks that one in a low post. It's a 9-point lead.
Thomas went to the bench, and now he's back. And, got a little bit of blow, and see what he can do now.
Outside. It's Harden. Looking down for the draw, and it went off of Harden's leg. That's, again, smart player in Cortez Garland, a senior. He plays like a senior.
Yeah.
He shoots like one. He acts like one. That guy's a really good player, and Albion's going to win a lot of ball games with the two guards they have.
Barnes and Garland. Boy, Garland first team all conference. Barnes looked like, he may not have been picked to be first team all conference, but man, he looks awfully good. That two-headed monster is going to be tough in the MIAA.
Well, they got 3 guards that can really play, and they just don't have the big physical guy that they can really shut down with, except one guy. And with him not on the floor, you've got some potential for mismatches, even in D3. Wirtz hands it off. It's Harden. Drive, kick out. Chaplin. Open look for 3. Nope. He'll pull up for 10. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound. On the line.
Wow.
Rose-Hulman basketball.
Oh, they got lucky right there as Blair couldn't quite squeeze the ball. I think it might have been Ken Thomas that was on the line. Going to get a couple more subs. Jurich and Duff coming back in.
Both of these teams have played so hard this evening. That's the one thing that I'm noticing.
Yes.
Just all of the guys that have been in this ball game are really putting it out.
5. That's 5. You got to get rid of it. You had the outlet to Duff. You got to get rid of that ball. Boy,
it's got to be right away, and that's caused because, again, that half-court pressure defense by Albion has been tremendous tonight.
Turnovers started to creep up just a little bit as Rose-Hulman now with their, I think it's going to be their 8th turnover. Albion has 11, so still respectable numbers by both teams. Good
inside, you got a chance for that one. And again, Lee Throat puts that one in. Excuse me, that's Ken Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas 2 buckets after he came back in off the bench.
Yep.
Coach May got his attention, I do believe.
Duff had him.
Mismatch.
Big guy with the shot, and it's blocked.
Had the help side team as we head to timeout. Engineers still up 7, clinging to this lead.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacists. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Union Hospital Maternal Child Services delivered 1,692 little ones in 2020, enough to fill 85 kindergarten classes in 2025, 188 Little League teams in 2027, 153 soccer teams in 2035, 1,692 graduation robes in 2038. Little hands, little feet, little noses. Maternal Child Services at Union Hospital, delivering the little things that mean so much, especially now.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
54 to 47 as Rose reclaims a 7-point lead. Herb's preseason conference standings in HCAC. When you look at this thing, you talked about it. Rose picked 4th. Anderson tabbed by the conference, the coaches, to win the conference this year. That lets you know there's some depth there. Second Hanover, 3rd Transy, then Rose 4th. Interesting preseason standings. We'll see how this season plays out. I'll be interested to see how this, may have to revisit this at the end of the year.
Duff with the ball in the post, puts it in. Up to 9 with the lead is Rose-Hulman.
You're going to see that out of bounds play a lot this year, especially when you got size advantages all over the place. Look out.
Good block shot. Drive. Really nice job. Duff with the block. They went outside. Again, Barnes puts it up and in.
Wow. Cortez Garland is that guy.
I looked and thought it was Barnes that shot it. Those two guys are so similar.
Yes, they are.
And the way they shoot it is similar, too.
Quick trigger, smooth stroke.
Outside, it's Duff. Pump. Goes to drive, kicks it back outside.
Too congested on that side there for him to make a move.
Hicks to Duff for three. Can't get it. Rebound, Voot. Looking for the cross. Here comes Duff for the layup.
Great cut through the lane on that offensive rebound.
8-point lead. We're at 6:20 left to go in the ball game. Inside,
Nakaya.
stolen away. Terry with the ball. Drives, shoots. And he gets the blocking foul.
Yep.
It's a really nice call. And hurting on the other end is Justin Maccabee, who took one on the drive, and out comes the trainers.
Yeah, look like he got one. Maybe the bread basket there is he's going to get attended to.
And with that, he's down for a little bit. We're going to take a pause right now. We'll come right back. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. The Wabash Valley's biggest and best sports medicine team now offers a Saturday morning walk-in injury clinic every Saturday morning in September and October from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Union Health Bone and Joint Center, 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Union Medical Group sports medicine doctors Eric Pickrell, MD, and Andy McDonald, MD, will be on hand to evaluate and treat minor injuries, including sprains and strains, suspected concussions, and more. Let the Wabash Valley sports medicine experts help get you back in the game.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Justin Maccabee got off the floor, walked over to the other side. It looks like he just knocked the wind out of him now is what we're looking at. And hopefully he's back in the ball game in just a little bit. Terry, let's see what we're doing here. Terry Hicks will go to the line. He's going to shoot two.
And Coach Lloyd having a little extended conversation. I think, I'm not going to guess.
We'll see what's going on
here. We'll play ball here in a moment.
Fred Garland into the ball game as well as Devin Holmes. They came in to replace players for Albion. Hicks puts the first one in. The lead's back to 9.
Big free throws right here by Terry Hicks as the Engineers will be shooting their 7th and 8th free throws of this half.
And with that make, the big one is Rose-Hulman gets to go down the floor and set up defensively. Right. There's no push.
Yep.
With it on the outside is Holmes to Fred Garland. Garland back inside to Thomas. Thomas trying to back down. Puts the shot up, hooks it up, can't get it to go, and a rebound comes out.
Every time someone other than Cortez Garland or Barnes shoots the ball, you kind of say thank you and exhale a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yep.
Dylan looking outside. Ram is back into the ball game for Rose-Hulman. They're going to try to get him the ball, see if he can do it. Kabrick, pump, drive, kicks out. Duff, I thought he was going to elevate with that one. They're going to call the offensive foul on that one.
Yeah, they got him.
Just enough shoulder in him to get that one called.
Yeah, a little bit of push. If you extend that off arm like that, it's an easy call to make at the top of the key. Kind of hide that thing, not extend out. He might have gotten away with that. That's going to be the 4th foul on Duff now. He's got to come out for a few minutes.
They'll probably put him back in somewhere around that 2-minute mark. Into the ball game came Max Chaplin.
He's the only player in this game with more than 2 fouls.
It's not all bad. Ram steading around. Barnes trying to get elevated, and they're going to call a moving screen on Ken Thomas out in the front. It'll be a turnover. Rose-Hulman will end up with a basketball.
And that was a tough one for the Britons as they're trying to cut into this double-digit lead and get that offensive foul on the moving screen. Don't even get a shot up for one of your playmakers. That's a possession deep in the second half. You can't have those possessions right now.
Well, and if you're Rose-Hulman, you don't want to go deep in the shot clock every time either.
No, you don't.
Inside, looking for the backdoor cut. Had it. There's the hole. They finally got him. And when I say this, he's trying to slow him down from making that cut, puts his hands on him.
I guarantee you, Rusty Lloyd talked to the officials coming out at halftime and said, hey, we're trying to cut. They're grabbing us. They're holding us. Getting some of these calls. That's exactly what we're looking at happen all first half, and now we're in the bonus of that 1-and-1 situation. Big free throws for Chaplin.
Max Chaplin at the line, one and bonus, gets the first one up and in. We want to thank our sponsors, Farm Bureau Insurance and Micah Bonomo, Goshen H&R Block, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Sonic Drive-In, Union Health, and York Automotive. Max Chaplin with the one and a bonus. He gets them both, and it's a 12-point lead, largest lead of the game for Rose-Hulman.
8 engineers have scored this evening. Wow.
Running that weave, trying to get the ball down on the inside. They're trying to get the step out. They get it outside, looking for it. Here comes Garland. He'll drive. He'll shoot. And Fred can't get it to go, and rebound comes out to Vuk.
Once again, if it's not Cortez and it's not Barnes, you're saying, hey, all right, we can live with whatever happens. Not to say that it's not a knock, but I'm just saying from a defensive standpoint, you take it.
Chaplin for 3. Ice in his veins, and a 15-point Rose-Hulman lead.
Chaplin very aggressive, just knocked down 2 free throws, got an open three-pointer on the wing and took it.
With it, pull up for 3, can't get it to go, and rebound comes out. Vuk is cleaning the boards,
That's
folks.
Right. Now they're cold. They're cold now when you look at what's going on for Albion.
Cortez Garland had the 3-point attempt and couldn't get it to fall at all.
Somebody cut.
Zurich, Chaplin for 3, got it on! Max Chaplin, and it's an 18-point Rose-Hulman lead. Cross court, pump fake with the drive and the layup. Woo! Barnes to the hole. He looks good.
He does look good, and he's going to look good all year in that conference.
16-point lead, 3:40. Terry Hicks gains control of the basketball off his tip.
A little help.
A
little help.
Ooh, and called timeout, and that's the help he got. And with that, timeout Rose-Hulman, a 16-point lead when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Pretty balanced scoring for Rose-Hulman so far. Zurich with 8, Kabrick 9, Duff 15, Ram 11, Terry Hicks with 4, Harden with 3, and Chaplin off the bench with 12. Looking for it inside.
Bring it.
Cross, had a swung, drive. Vuk with the shot. Zurich puts that one in. It's 70-52. Rose-Hulman with the lead.
Boy, Rose looks so good the second half.
Barnes knows he has to try to get something going, and he hasn't been able to. Kick outside with the three-point shot, no good. Rebound comes out to Holmes, puts it back up, gets it up again, and scores.
A lot of contact there. Look at the Britons. 1 for 12 in the second half, shooting the outside shot.
Ram to Kabrick. Kabrick drives, shoots, and scores.
Too strong. Woo. Too strong. There's no way that Garland was going to be able to stop Kabrick as he got that shoulder passing.
And that lead back up to 18. They're going to put it in the low post to Holmes. He'll kick it back outside, and on the line is Cortez Garland, and a turnover. We'll give the ball to Rose-Hulman.
This game, I thought we had the media timeout over here.
I don't know if they had one
earlier.
That was
30 seconds a little bit ago. But anyway, this game is, as Garland goes to the bench, I think this one's over.
Rose-Hulman's game, if they can slow it down a little bit, take some air out of the ball here. Chaplin handling the pressure out front. Hicks with the basketball. Kabrick looking inside is Zurich. Kabrick for three. Can't get it. Rebound comes out. And Maccabee with it. He'll go coast to coast. Driving down in the lane. Puts the shot up. Can't get it to go. But the good part for Albion is the clock stopped. That's the only good part. Otherwise, they're down 18, and they got a lot of hay to make here in the next 2 minutes.
And without your leading scorer, Cortez Garland, he's down at the end of the bench. Coach is taking him out. Maybe the night's over for him. As this game is not over, but it's going to be a tough hill to climb in a short amount of time. Now Barnes is out too, so that's the white towel. You got Cortez Garland and MJ Barnes out. Those young men are very frustrated. They want to come to Terre Haute, get their first win of the season. Not going to happen here tonight. Is they're going to go back to Michigan and try to regroup and move forward. Go ahead and find season.
Yeah. Maccabee connects on those 2 free throws. Hicks with it outside to Ram, and they're going to pull it out and run some clock. 4 possessions and the game's over if you do it right. Samvit Ram with the drive. He'll pull it back outside. 8 on the shot clock. Ram with the drive. Potentially stolen. He's got to shoot it. Puts it up 3. Can't get it. Rebound comes out. And they used the entire shot clock. That was not a bad possession, even if they didn't score with this clock. And speaking of scoring, Maccabee has come off the bench and said, hey, I'm going to light this up in the second half. Let's see what's going on, and he's putting it in.
Yeah, Maccabee has looked good in the second half, been very aggressive. Where they put up a shot in the first half.
Goes up, can't get it. Rebound, or tip out, comes to Ram, and they'll set it up again. Kabrick to Ram. Kabrick again. Ram for 3 outside. He's got squared up. Drives the lane, kicks it out. Kabrick for 3. Arching shot, couldn't get it in.
Yeah, use the shot clock. 30 last possession, 30 this possession. That's a minute.
That's a minute out of the 2 minutes and 15 seconds was taken by the other team. The game's out of control right now if you can keep that going.
You like to draw iron these 2 possessions, though. You would like to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to airball everything. At the same time, they got it all the way down. And now more substitutions in.
They do, as for the first time, Henry Krzyzewski into the game. Another one of those freshmen, this time from Naperville, Illinois. Also going to have Miles McGowan, freshman, went to Mooresville, got the brace on his right leg there. So you see these freshmen, Blair, Krzyzewski, McGowan. These young men, these 3 bigs for Rose-Hulman, all 3 freshmen. It's going to be interesting from just as a big's perspective. It's going to be interesting as they develop here over the course of the year and next year what they'll be able to do at Rose-Hulman. The cupboard next year, as far as the bigs is concerned, you were thinking about last year, what we lost, and then moving back for this year. And so over the last couple of years, Rose has lost some really good big players. Yeah. And the cupboard is restocking.
Harden can't get it to go. Rebound comes up, kicked outside. Well, didn't start the fast break the other way, so we're good.
Knocked off balance there. And
but he got the rebound.
Yeah, he did. And I'm just excited to watch Henry develop. And now we're going to get Eddie Simon Jr., another one of those freshmen in this class here, guard. So it's going to be exciting. The future is exciting here at Rose-Hulman. In the present as well.
Yes. But you take some of these guys who have the opportunity to play now, and they're getting that shot.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 blocks.
How about Henry? There's a couple of blocks.
Block. And that's the end of the ball game. 72-58. Rose-Hulman with a convincing win over a very, very good Albion team.
Yes.
I mean, you talk about it. You're watching these guys right now, but wow. They played Mount Union tough. Mount Union was state nationally ranked in the top 25.
Yep.
They received honorable mention to start this season. Albion did. And Rose-Hulman, who's picked third in the conference, actually fourth in the conference in this one, is going to come away with a convincing 72-58 win over the Albion Britons. And we'll try to keep this one on them. As you know, they're going to try to come out here and do something that way. We'll see if they head back to the locker room or if they're going to go. Nope, they're going to stay out here. Here they are. Giving applause to the fans. Applause to those fans as they get ready on this one. First time we've had people in the building in 10 months.
It's been a long time, Herb.
The players are really excited about this, and we'll pause, take a break. We'll come right back with post-game, and then we'll get you out of here. It's Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Kick off your deal your way at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil.
Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pull away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab with 0% financing for 72 months. Or a new Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during Jeep Adventure Days. Plus, up to 3,000 York Trade Assistance. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com.
Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Walt, we had a great ball game, pretty evenly balanced in scoring, and I think that's one of the things, the reason why Rose-Hulman won the ball game.
And they really were. You saw multiple guys in double figures. You saw a lot of guys that scored. 8 or 9 guys in the game scored. Dylan Duff, no points first half. Still leads the team 15 points overall. This is a great game overall, but second half, Rose-Hulman offensively and defensively dominant in that second half. Held the Britons to 26 points on 36% field goal shooting, 1 of 11 from three-point distance. Britons hit 5 three-pointers in the first half, only 1 in the second half. Boy, they could never get on track. Rose-Hulman's defense was excellent in the second half.
Well, you said scoring. 5 players for Rose-Hulman in double figures. Jurek with 10, Kabrick 11, Duff 15, Ram with 11. Hicks had 4 points, Harden with 3, and Max Chaplin, who during a streak was on fire, hits 3 straight three-point plays or three-point shots from the outside at 12. Farnsworth, Wirtz, and Blair all played but did not score for Rose-Hulman. Only 2 players in double figures for Albion. That's Barnes with 21, Cortez Garland with 14, Thomas with 4, Maccabee with 3, Fred Garland off the bench with 2, Holmes with 2, and Zika had 8. So balanced scoring for Rose-Hulman as well as a solid defensive performance. And when you're looking turnovers, Rose-Hulman with only 8 turnovers for the ball game. We were worried about ball handling. Shouldn't have been worried at all. They handled the pressure, handled the ball well. This is a really good showing for the opening ball game for Rose-Hulman.
It really is. You have to feel good about this. They look good against ISU. I think that gave them some confidence going up against a Division I opponent. They weren't thinking they were going to go there and win. They wanted to show a good outing. They had that, came here, played their first Division III opponent in a great environment. The crowd was on hand. The students, I saw the women's basketball team was over here to our left. Lots of students, lots of families and parents here. for the first time in a long time in the Holbert Arena. And they fed up that energy in the second half. What a big win to start up the season.
And speaking of everybody showing up, I know you'll all show up to watch Rose-Hulman take on Mount St. Joe in the football championship for the HCAC this Saturday, 1 o'clock. You can watch it here on Indiana Sports Network. And then the women have their opening ball game at 6 p.m. We'll have it here from Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman. And again, 6 p.m. starting time for that one. The next time we'll have Rose-Hulman men on Indiana Sports Network will be the November 28th game here at home against DePaul. And again, Rose-Hulman travels and plays Washington and Lee, and they're at the Marymount tourney, both the November 20th and 21st. Then it will be DePaul here at Rose-Hulman on November 28th, a 3 p.m. start for that ball game in the afternoon. For Walter Gordon, this is Herb King saying so long, and make sure you tune in more for Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.